Hey there, quirky people. Today we're going to talk about the mid-credits scene of Eternals. Spoiler alert for those who still haven't seen the film. Go watch it and come back to watch this video. This is a film that hasn't been appreciated by the critics, but the fans are still loving the unique direction it has taken. Starfox and Pip the Troll have made their MCU debut, and they will be broken down and explained to you in all their glory. We will share their origin, power, and abilities, including the mysterious power of Eros' mind control. One of them even hid an infinity stone between their toes at one point in time. So, keep watching to know all this in detail and more about these two characters. The first thing that ran through our minds during the mid-credit scene of Eternals was, who is voicing Pip the Troll? Well, it was none other than the funny man, Patton Oswalt. He has been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. multiple times, but now he has finally made his MCU debut, and he did not attempt to pipe down while introducing Starfox. We are glad for the hype he created for the brother of Thanos, but it is safe to say that every MCU fan is not a comic reader. So the question is obvious. Who is Starfox and why isn't he purple like Thanos? Well, let's look at the answer through the origin of Starfox. Much like his brother, Starfox is also an Eternal and a resident of Titan. He is the descendant of genetically modified humans who settled on Saturn's moon, Titan. He was raised by Alaris and Suisan, alongside his brother Thanos. But there is a big difference between the two brothers. One of them is a genocidal purple mad Titan, while the other one is a jolly adventurer. The reason for Thanos' purple color and looks is that he has a deviant syndrome. Ergo, he has some deviant genes in his DNA. So even though Thanos is a full-fledged Eternal, he looks as hideous as a deviant. Those terms would make more sense to you now that you've seen the Eternals and deviants in action. Starfox, on the other hand, has no set genes and hence retains his humanoid appearance. It is speculated that Starfox was also the reason for Thanos' obsession with death in the comics. Still, he chose to become a roaming adventurer who seduces various characters across the Marvel Universe. Maybe some credit can be given to his mind control powers and his super strength. But Starfox has beaten the Mad Titan in hand-to-hand combat before. How? You may ask. Well, you could find out in the next section. Let's look at the powers of Starfox. First up we have longevity. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way so we can focus on the fun powers. Like all Eternals, Starfox is blessed with a long life. He is immortal like all other Eternals. However, the most impressive thing about him is that his body accumulates cosmic energy in a way that extends his life beyond even normal Eternal standards. He is unique among his own brethren. Next up, he has another common Eternal power, which is Superhuman Strength. There aren't many characters in the Marvel multiverse that can defeat Thanos in hand-to-hand combat, but Starfox can claim that achievement. And obviously, that's because of his superhuman strength. He has the power to best the Mad Titan and several others in a contest of strength. Even knocking the purple giant on his ass happened without so much as flinching. Part of the reason for his success against Thanos was also because of their childhood. Starfox and Thanos grew up as brothers. They fought each other since they were children. This meant that Starfox knew of every trick that Thanos could have pulled off. His knowledge gave him the edge and led him to victory. So, it'll be interesting to see how things go when Starfox joins the Avengers in the MCU. Next up he has superhuman endurance and immunity. Again, like all Eternals, Starfox is extremely durable. Normal things just can't harm this character. Although on several occasions, Starfox is proven to be vulnerable to things like gunfire and knives. But that is more for the plot to exhibit his powers. Starfox also has an immunity to terrestrial diseases just like other Eternals. I'd like to say that our human calamities cannot reach him. But now we move on to the most interesting part of the character, which is his mind control, emotion control, and manipulation. Starfox, aka Eros, has a special ability that no one else has among the Eternals. He can control the minds to an extent. To be specific, he can influence the emotions of others at will. This makes him a viable threat in any fight. Even against someone as resilient as the Mad Titan, Starfox can attack the mind and lure his opponents into a sense of comfort with his charm. Then he can take his opponent apart at his convenience. It is often a point of contention whether Starfox has actually seduced someone or influenced their emotions in such a way that they decided to sleep with him. All that is a part of his enigmatic character. And that's why Harry Styles was probably the right choice of actor for playing the character. He could be the ladies' man, the Dick Grayson of the Eternals. After that, his coolest power is flight. The Eternals made a lot of fuss about Icarus's flying ability in the movie. In the comics, almost all Eternals can fly, but here, it was just Icarus. Hence, people should be excited to know that Starfox can also fly like Icarus, and I'm hoping that the MCU would have retained that, although it is not clear who is faster among the two. We cannot know whether this was the intention of the writers. But maybe Starfox can stop Icarus from yeeting himself into the sun a second time. Okay, that's all for Starfox. So let's move on to the second and the more interesting character, Pip the Troll. In the Milky Way galaxy, he was originally a prince of a planet called Laxidasia, in the Dolan system. The Laxidasians are humanoids that look much like Earthlings. But one day while the prince was drinking, he savored a mild mutagenic beverage. He grew hooves and his growth was stunted. He finally came out of the other side of the transformation as a troll. This troll was drawn to a life of hedonism. All Pip wanted to do was drink and cause chaos. This soon led to his people stripping him of his rank and appointing someone else as their prince. But what are the powers of Pip? Let's break them down, shall we? First up, he has immunity to conversion beam. Incidentally, the first power of Pip that we found out was his immunity. Pip, being a troll, was immune to the conversion beam of the Church of Truth. The entire storyline was a not-so-subtle nod at the Christian Crusade. But it was interesting how the finale of this act saw a team-up of the Mad Titan with Adam Warlock and Pip. After the first Infinity Gauntlet story, we got to see how the heroes dealt with the aftermath of Thanos' onslaught. As part of the Infinity Watch, they decided to split the Infinity Stones among characters so that they were not together and could be guarded individually. These heroes who were charged with the responsibility of guarding, and were called the Infinity Watch. Pip the Troll was one of these guardian characters. He was bestowed with the Space Gem. He decided to keep his Infinity Gem between his toes. The power of the gem then gave him access to high unlimited powers. But Pip chose to use the stone only for travel and teleportation. The purpose of a troll's life is to indulge in hedonistic debauchery. So Pip uses his gem just for that. He jumps across the universe seeking pleasure. In combat, Pip has the tendency to use the stone to appear above his opponent's head for a death blow. He may not be very powerful, but the troll is very conniving. And this is something he also seems to be capable of in the MCU. He can teleport, but he definitely doesn't have the Space Stone now that all the Infinity Stones have been reduced to atoms.
Where are the stones?
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
Let's look back at the comics. After the Infinity Watch, the Infinity Gem was eventually taken away from Pip, and he was left without a power source. But because of prolonged exposure to the stone, he absorbed some of its powers. This meant that he was able to harness the power of the gem to a certain degree even without it. This is probably just lazy writing to keep Pip relevant. But it will be interesting to see how does this equate to the live-action version, since Pip does not have the gem in the MCU as well. Maybe he will replace Rocket the Raccoon after his death in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We cannot know what the future holds for these characters, but we are excited to see them. Patton Oswalt's voice certainly excites us, and Harry Styles has reportedly signed a 5-picture deal with Marvel. Moreover, Starfox unveiled that he had the same sphere as Ajax, the one which is used to communicate with the Celestials. He also revealed that Cersei and the others were in grave danger. So it will be interesting to see how this jolly adventurer and his compadre will aid the Eternals in their next installment. Are you excited for Eternals 2? Let us know in the comments. Also tell us if you liked the movie or not. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!